So, welcome back to episode 2 of our podcast. And in the last episode, we spoke about our life before what happened to Ronan, which was really nice actually, because a lot of the time I actually forget the fact that we lived that life, because the life we've been living for almost 4 years now is completely different, and it's not what anybody ever thought they'd be living in my position. So yeah.
Welcome everyone. And we never thought we would be living the life we are living today, but we are here today. And let's begin from how are you today, Nikita?
I'm doing good. I'm doing all right, I think.
Enjoying the weather?
Yes. It's nice and sunny today. So
It is, isn't it? Goodness, it's really hot. Well, so in this hot weather, while everyone's enjoying themselves out there, the missing piece of my heart, we're going to talk about it today. My son and your brother, Ronan Kanda, one amazing, incredible soul, once walked on this earth, but he's not here today. I miss him incredible.
I actually miss him today, because so it just hit me that he'd actually be 20 years old now, and he was 16 when he went. And sometimes you just think, oh, what would he be doing today, because it's so sunny. And I don't know, I just had this image of him at the pub or something with his mates having a drink, and it was really nice to think that. But it's really sad because I'll never know what he'd actually be doing. I still think of him like a kid, but he wouldn't be a kid now. It's so weird. He'd be 20 years old. He'd be going 20. He'd be in uni. He'd be if he wanted to go uni, but I think he would have gone uni. Because he would just copy what his mates are doing. Oh, he was so laid back about everything. He literally picked the same A levels as his cousin. It doesn't get much more laid back than that, and that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think he'd be enjoying the sun today with a pint, which is really cool. And you can't stop him if he wants to have a pint.
Why can't I stop him? I'm his mom. I would have still stopped him, saying, wait, well, you can have 1, 2 maybe, but I want you back. But I don't want you to drink that one. I would have been doing all the drama that I did with you.
It doesn't work with me.
No, it is.
If I want to have 3 buzzballs, mum, you can't stop me. I'm joking.
Good that you're joking, because we need to we need to keep smiling as well for ourselves, for our mental health. Saying that, you're an incredible person who always brings who makes me laugh, just like Ronan was. I remember Ronan would make things.
You've got to have a laugh, darling.
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel like it.
Yeah, so the life we are living today is nobody imagined that. And that all started.
I definitely didn't. I mean, even I don't know, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Miss him a lot, man. I think when the sun comes out, I just miss him even more.
Yeah, because he loved sun as well, didn't he? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, he did. Because
the sun's just it's a happy thing, so.
Because actually, if you think back now, Ronan went out on that day because he said to his dad, Dad, it's a sunny evening, the sun's out, it's just a few yards away.
And he wanted to get his steps in, which is really cool as well.
So he went out that day because it was sunny.
Yeah.
So the reference of sun being there is there in our life as well, isn't it? So, yeah.
Mum, we're here because of something really, really terrible that happened to Ronan and to us. And that was on the 29th of June 2022, which is almost 4 years ago now, which is crazy to think that it's already been 4 years, because sometimes it feels like 4 years, sometimes it feels like 4 minutes. It's so weird how it happens, because I think it's really weird, because I was reading this thing on a grief page the other day, and it was I really miss the time that this girl was talking about how she really misses the time that her dad died. And I was reading it, and
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I actually relate to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously, I wish this never happened, obviously.
Yeah.
But I sort of missed the time that it happened as well to Ronan, like
Yeah.
that period. And even though it was incredibly painful, I missed the fact that it was so raw. It was raw in everyone's minds around us. It was raw, like, because, you know, it was a shock.
Mm.
And everybody was involved. You know, we had support coming from everywhere because everybody was so shocked. And then what happens, the further away you get from it, that support just sort of like goes because everyone just gets on with their own life.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. That's just what happens. But obviously we don't.
Yeah.
I still think about it all the time, and
Yeah.
I do miss that time as well. So, but yeah,
Which time do you miss? Did you
the
say?
29th of June, the whole trauma of it. So yeah,
What do you mean by you miss it? Like, what do you miss about it?
I just said like all of the fact that it was so raw and there was so much support coming through because it was like this really shocking thing happened, and the further away you get from it, it just sort of becomes normal. Like, yeah, Ronan's been gone for this amount of time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about the 29th of June then, 2022.
Yeah. What would you like me to talk about it?
What happened?
So what happened on 29th of June 2022 is I lost my only son, Ronan, who was just walking home. And how it happened is I was sitting in a room like this. It's a bit darker than this room. And then I was actually in a meditation room with so many people around me.
Yeah.
And I was feeling on edge. Something wasn't feeling right. And then in that group was my neighbor as well, who lived opposite to us. And her phone rang and she quickly picked it up. And she said to me, Pooja, there's somebody has been stabbed outside a house. Quickly, I'm going home. So she picked her mom up and she's gone. And because of her, somebody's been stabbed outside our house. And I'm like, ringing Shaker quickly. Where is Ronan? And he said, oh, Ronan's just gone out for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, get him home straight away now. Where he's ringing him, I'm ringing him, I'm sending him messages saying, you better be home. Pick up the phone, He's not picking the phone. And you know what? Even at that point, when he's not picking the phone, I still did not think that it is him. I'm thinking nothing other than just getting him home safely. I'm not even presuming at this point it is him. I'm not even presuming that he's standing anywhere or he's in any danger. I literally want him home. And at that point, I'm getting my friend to get in a car. And then Shaker rings me back saying, I've just been outside and it's Ronan. And it's like, what do you mean it's Ronan? It can't be him. And I said, no, it's Ronan. And then I remember from that day, Nick, I'm running back. The car hasn't stopped, so my friend was driving the car. The car hasn't stopped and I'm running. I've just shot out of the driving car, trying to run towards the scene. There's so many people. Everyone's outside. There is police. And this is just outside of a house. And Shaker's crying, saying it's Ronan. They're saying it's Ronan. And I'm like, no, it can't be. And then the police officer, I said, please just let me see Ronan. I'm just trying to barge past him, like trying to pass him.
Yeah.
And I can't see anyone now at this point.
Yeah.
I don't see no one other than my motive is just to pass through the police. And they stood right in front of me, wouldn't let me pass. And I can see a blue tent, and I'm screaming to for your brother to wake up. Like, come on, get up! You can get up. And I'm screaming his name on top of my voice, and that's when the what you call ambulance guy came forward, and he told me that they did everything to save Ronan, and that means they couldn't save him. And at that point, we're just screaming, crying, banging my head here and there, trying to push past everyone, trying to ring you, trying to get you home safely, because I'm just scared, and you were miles away.
Yeah, I was in Greece, and that was... So I was there for like, I think I flew out on Tuesday, and this happened on Wednesday. So I literally had one day there, and yeah, like I was out in the town centre. It was quite late there. I think it was like maybe 10 o'clock in Greece when we had gone out, and obviously I'd had a few drinks as well, and me and my friends were just like sitting down. Then I got up with Jade. Obviously, you know Jade. And me and Jade like sat at this other bar, and whilst we were sat down, I got a message from my other friend who just lives up the road, and she said, "Nikita, there's a blue tent outside your house. There's a 16-year-old boy that's been stabbed." And I was like, well, that's weird, because that never happens. So I was obviously a bit shaken up. So I was like, right outside the house? Like, what the hell? And then just before I got that call and that text, I had been in the taxi, and I tried to call Ronan, because I was, like I said, I was drinking, and I always like to call him when I drank, to waffle with him and just do his head in. And then obviously he didn't pick up, so I decided to call him again. He didn't pick up, and I just
called
thought,
me then.
No, but I actually thought right at that point that Ronan was out on the streets with you as well, and with Dad, because I thought you guys were...
Okay.
I thought you guys were like just watching the commotion or something. Or I don't know, you were like... But yeah, anyways. And then that's when I called Dad, and that's when he said it. The Ronan's gone. Like, the boy's gone. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this guy's obviously like, Dad, like, what are you on about? Have you lost your mind? But then he handed the phone to you, and you were just like screaming, and that's when I realised I need to get home because something really bad's happened. But I still was like confused. Like, people were saying like on the phone, they're like, Ronan's been stabbed, and I was like, in what world? In who? What? Where? Why? Why would that happen to Ronan? Like, I don't know, I just didn't believe it. Like, you know?
I know you didn't believe it, but in going through that day, you wanted to know about the 29th of June, this is what the day was while you were still in other country.
Yeah.
I was bombarded by police straight away, and how they were really good to begin with, and I'm not sure if I remember how I'm going through this. I actually don't know how I've gone through this, from losing my son within a second of losing him. The police is there, and they were like, can we just quickly grab things of Ronan's? Like, they wanted to grab his phone. The phone was with Ronan anyway, Ronan's laptop. And I was like, yeah. And you know, one thing that I remember that I grabbed is Ronan's nightsuit that Ronan left on the floor. I remember picking up the Ronan's nightsuit t-shirt and holding on to that.
Yeah.
And I could smell him. You know, that I've got that t-shirt still.
Yeah.
But I could smell him, and I'm screaming. You know, that day is literally...
I actually remember though when I came back, because Mum, I was like, your mum just stayed on the pavement the whole night, and then I saw your forehead and you had like pavement marks all over it, so I knew you'd been smashing your head against the pavement as well. That was really
Yeah.
hard to see.
I remember, I don't know how to say this, but everyone, once the police had declared that Ronan's gone, the whole street's gone really quiet.
Yeah.
Everyone's just gone quiet. And it's going 10 o'clock. People have gone inside their homes. Everyone around me is trying to get me inside as well. I knew my son was on the pavement right in front of me, and you want me to go and sit inside the sofa? That's impossible. So I remember just, I said, no, I'm not going anywhere. He's there. I know he's in the blue tent. So I just sat there. I sat there, holding on to earth,
Yeah.
the street, the road, whatever you call it, and sending him love vibes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hold him. But then I remember the cars coming behind me. It's about 3 o'clock at night, because obviously my family's traveling from far. My older brother is come, my puppy's come, and my younger brother and Vikas is saying, come on, let's go inside. And it's raining. I'm like, nope, I'm not leaving my child. And 4 o'clock, Nikita, exact 4 o'clock, I see a van come. They put my child in a bag and take him right in front of me, and I can't do nothing. So that's it. That was the coroners came and took your brother and my son 4 o'clock, and that was the time everyone just, that was after 4 o'clock, after Ronan's moved, that's when I moved from that pavement.